Hello. Welcome back to Of the Devil. Yeah. Halloween may be over, but our stream is a little bit spooky today. As you can see here.
Yes, hello. Sorry, hang on. Hello all, I'm Luke. I'm helping with some of the voices today so things don't get too messy for Talion here.
Nah, it's alright. Well, it'll be more fun with some extra haunting on the stream.
Yep.
And hello, Badman. Thanks for joining the chat. Yeah, I guess we can get the game going. We didn't get off to the best start on our trial last time. We started out with like 50 some credits, and I think we're down to like 17.
We are in the do or die stage. We're all in every time, like a true gambler.
Yep. Maybe move myself over a little bit too, so I'm not overlapping the text box too much. Okay, I think we're good. So, we're starting the questioning of a new witness. So I guess that'll be fun. We do have to figure out how to split up the voices, I guess. I guess assuming that I'm still gonna be voicing Morgan, I feel like you should probably at least take Emma and Sarah?
That makes sense.
Then I guess we can figure out about the various witnesses.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Dr. Asher. Please answer them to the best of your ability.
Alright, so first crossroads.
Yeah. I guess, do you want to take Jess then?
Okay. Right.
Dr. Asher was a well-known public figure, but was he well regarded professionally?
Of course. Dr. Asher's work set the bar for the entire automated dependent world.
I love her smug look so much. It just gets me every time. Stay focused, Spearmint. You say you coordinated his communications. Were there ever threats? Did people ever express an intent to harm him?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Intent? I guess should I keep doing this one then?
Yeah, you had a good voice for her.
Alright. I feel like I just kept changing it all the time. I just can't keep it consistent. Let me see if I can remember it. I'm feeling like that's gonna be sustained. Did anyone ever threaten him?
There were times when he was the focus of negative attention.
How so?
Dr. Asher was a favorite subject of many conspiracy theorists. With all his contributions to the field, it was easy for them to make claims about his influence. They'd say that his work was plagiarized or that he was hiding illegal subcommands in the technology he helped develop.
And people would contact him about these conspiracy theories?
Relevance?
Whether or not people wanted to kill him? Well...
Withdrawn.
Miss Starling?
People would attempt to contact him, yes. But their messages were always too vague for the police to take action on. They would say that he belonged in jail or that he couldn't avoid the truth. Or that someone should do something to shut him up.
they ever talk about hurting him?
Yes. But I always turn those messages straight over to the police.
Yeah, I'm seeing that on the record. Yeesh, who writes this stuff?
All those cases have long since been resolved, Your Honor. And none of the parties involved have had contact with David Asher in years. The police take harassment very seriously. Morgan.
Oh, Morgan.
Something you want to add, Counselor?
Just clearing my throat. May I continue? I think Morgan wanted to say that they take harassment very seriously for only for particular people.
For David Asher and only for David Asher.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh god, the 17 credits hurts.
It's cool. We're in high roller mode.
Yeah, we're so
Do or die.
Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, to be honest, like we've failed a number of things so far. I feel like even in something like Ace Attorney, they don't give you that many like strikes until you're dead. So I don't know.
So it depends on what stage you're at in it. Like when you're just presenting evidence, it is easy to get a lot of little strikes. But it is true that they escalate very quickly to the "you have one chance, Mr. Wright, make it count" kind of thing.
Right, well. Did you have a relationship outside of work? Never talk about anything besides professional concerns.
Sure, we've gone out to dinner or met on the weekends. I think he liked to pick my brain since he needed relationship advice a lot.
Well, I was going to say he only thinks about work, so that was probably also work-related, but I guess he had relationship issues too. They actually talked about things that weren't work? Amazing.
Amazing. Even if he didn't realize that's what he was asking for.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to think that he knew he could talk to me, but...
Did he ever talk to you, or to your knowledge anyone else, about hurting himself?
God, no, never!
Did you know of any history he might have had with mental illness? Depression? Anxiety?
No.
So when you heard the people argue that Dr. Asher had done this to himself...
I was shocked.
I like how the way HP is presented in the game as a measure of credibility. Yeah, I think that's generally how these kinds of games will, like, present the... how many strikes you have. That at a certain point, they're like, well, you're clearly just full of bullshit.
You can't make a good case, so your client must be guilty. Exactly. Although it is true that in the Ace Attorney verse, that happens even if you've gotten to the point where you are outright you have proven that somebody else did it, and now you just have to prove who. There's one comic that's like, "What, Your Honor, what are you talking about? I've just proven conclusively that my client couldn't possibly have done it. But who did? Somebody has to go to jail."
And of course, that's the lawyer's job.
Yep, the defense attorney has to solve the crime. I couldn't believe it.
You're saying that you can't believe...
Objection.
On what grounds?
Asked and answered. Stalling. And also...
Uh-oh, she's on to us.
The people have documents that would be of interest to the court in this matter.
Juicy. And what matter specifically are you referring to?
The deceased's mental health history.
Uh-oh. Emma wouldn't be speaking up if she didn't have something real. So what the hell is this about?
We have private correspondences that describe...
If they're private, then they should not have been obtained by the people without his permission. I mean, to be fair, he is dead.
He can't give permission if he's already dead, and we're well within our rights to obtain evidence as it pertains to his crime.
Convincing. Damn, I did not honestly expect her to stop her from admitting her evidence into the record. I was hoping to at least slow her. How are you on that footage?
77%.
So close.
Approximately.
I need to buy whatever time I can, however I can. Even if that means running out the clock as a punching bag.
The Phoenix Wright way.
Yep.
I have here messages between Dr. Asher and a psychiatrist he was meeting with and speaking to for the past year. HIPAA doesn't exist in the space future. Along with paperwork detailing how this treatment was covered under his Platinum plan.
Okay.
BRB, just checking my phone in the middle of this court case.
Yep. Gotta look over all my evidence.
All the evidence, yeah. So, the Caduceus Platinum plan, is that different from his number 4 insurance plan that only 3 people had better insurance than?
That's a good point. I thought it was the same.
The executive IV, like, I could very easily see them nickel and diming, like, you know, oh, you've got your physical health, you've got your mental health, you've got your insurance, you've got dental for each of your different teeth. I could see that being how this place runs things.
Platinum insurance policy. Huh. Is it different? That's a good point. What?
I'm not saying it couldn't be how the space future does things, but I do think it might be a contradiction.
That's very confusing. Okay. Let's see if that goes anywhere. Platinum. Oh, okay. I guess we're addressing it. Maybe.
I don't intend to air all of Dr. Asher's secrets here in the court.
Oh, you know what? I think it is different because I think the executive plan is like above that because it's like a special.
Yeah, the logo is different.
Well, They both
have the Caduceus symbol, the Rod of Asclepius, if we want to be specific.
And then, yeah, I would imagine that the executive one is above Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum plan is just a P+.
Probably like the top of their normal plans, whereas the executive is like one of the fancy plans.
Everybody knows that 4 is bigger than P+.
Yeah, that's the way it makes sense to me, but we'll find out, I guess. Oh, okay, I guess.
But I am prepared to read excerpts from messages and transcripts from phone calls.
Oh, yay.
Emma's like, I'm prepared to voice act this. Which, when put together, paint a clear picture of the kind of stress David Asher was experiencing. And the dark thoughts he was struggling with.
Transcripts of his phone calls?
I'll admit them into evidence, assuming there are no objections.
Okay, so our goal is to stall.
Yeah. So, the goal is to stall, but I'm not sure they won't penalize us.
Strange, yeah.
And I do think there's a point...
Oh, wait, hang on. Do you know anything about his...
Which thing?
just the whole state of just the systems by which his calls would be recorded.
Yeah, that is something that's interesting because they have recorded calls.
But this is like recorded in the building. Presumably, the stuff that Emma is talking about is like on his phone. So it would have been like recorded on his phone, even if he was not in the building.
Yeah.
But do we?
It's like
is
that
something
makes
we
sense.
know about? Like, it makes a lot of sense for that to be a thing, but I think it might be new knowledge to us.
It's like, I guess the real question is, do we think that we have evidentiary reason to object to it? Because my instinct is that if we were bluffing for bluff's sake, there would have been something textual of like, I have to bluff regardless, I have to find something.
Yeah.
But
I feel like, doing this might just, take us to let's go through this phone call and maybe we can...
Yeah, which new evidence and
we can examine that and spend time examining that.
Yeah.
Like,
let me just look over these transcripts. I'm a very slow reader, Emma.
we want to look at the transcripts, but we want to fuck around a bit first.
Yeah,
which
I don't know if we have...
Could buy us time, but could also lose trust.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. This game has proven to be punishing when you fuck up.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I'm worried something like this is going to read as a fuck up.
Yeah, But the other thing is there genuinely something weird about the evidence?
So the biggest things would be if we're meant to call the fact that there's a separate platinum plan. Or maybe the fact that we're using transcripts instead of phone calls and David didn't go out that much.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to get us there. And we're in our high roller mode.
She did specifically call out the platinum thing, which makes us think
she did.
That
she was
it's
like
something
platinum plan,
to pay attention
which is interesting.
To. So maybe we do have to mention something here. Yeah, I think that's probably it.
All right.
I might have to try it. All right, let's see. Let's see if this works.
All in, baby.
Again, we're just trying to nitpick as much as we can.
Yeah, I mean,
nitpick as much as we can without
the game.
making it too obvious that we're just,
That's how the law works, I think.
All right, let's... Fingers crossed! I'll gladly object. On the grounds of foundation. Where did you say you got this?
It was retrieved from his digital records. There's no reason to doubt its authenticity.
What does that mean, then, his digital records?
We hacked his computer.
Even if I were to point out that David had an executive level 4 plan, not a platinum plan.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
A whole 2 chips.
A whole 2 chips. We're playing with big cash now.
Get 2 if you win.
That's the law, baby.
Really?
Really? Yes, really. It's all there in the record.
This is easily explained.
You hesitated, though.
Yeah. David had an executive plan that Noble managed for him.
So you're saying he also had his own personal plan?
2 health insurances.
Yeah.
Twice the health. He's gonna be immortal, baby.
And he was also seeing this psychiatrist, both in person and over the phone.
Don't you know that even their top-level executive plan doesn't actually cover mental health?
Capitalism.
Your own witness has attested that he dealt with stalkers and was worried for his privacy. So it's easy enough to reason that he had a separate insurance policy he paid for on his own. Even if only to keep one thing out of Noble's grasp.
Easy enough to make that assumption. That doesn't make it correct. David used a separate insurance to hide the psychiatrist from Noble's spying. That makes some sense. No, he was smarter than that.
Oh no.
Gosh.
All building calls, I think, is potentially it.
Yeah.
It's the fourth one. Okay, this isn't a timed one.
Yeah.
It's got to be the building calls
Yeah.
then.
Do we go up? Yeah, you can raise the
I think that's up to you.
I think I was gonna try to go maximum.
All right. In
Do we
that
wanna
case,
go
can we
all
just
in?
go over the cards again?
Okay. I mean, we can.
Yeah.
I think we can.
That
probably save
doesn't seem relevant at all. We can save.
just in case. So if we die here, we can go back. Let's see, if we
Yeah,
die-
that doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything. Yeah,
I mean, this just
irrelevant.
says that he has
He's
a lot of
rich.
money. Yeah.
He's
which
rich.
we already know that. This is potentially
yeah, that one
relevant.
seems... If he called a psychiatrist at any point from the building, they would have access to it.
Is this the... This is actually... I think this is one where we have to put something on every... Let me not mess around too much.
Well then maybe at least start with the...
Oh, no.
No?
You just put it on the last
Yeah,
one. Yeah, okay.
Good, yeah.
Okay, I think it's the recorded calls, though.
Yeah.
Because, like... Noble already knew
Yeah.
everything he was doing.
Yeah.
David may very well have wanted a private psychiatrist. Someone who didn't work for Noble, who'd have his best interests at heart. But if so, he wouldn't have contacted them over the phone. Not when he knew all his phone calls were being recorded. Yes!
Yeah! 9 whole monies.
Well, look at that. We're getting up there in the world.
That's...
David Asher was well versed in having every aspect of his life overanalyzed by data-hungry parasites. Do you really think you would try and hide mental health problems from them with a second insurance policy?
Apparently, yes, since I'm standing here with evidence that shows exactly that.
Does it, though?
Pardon me?
Yeah, like, what exactly are you suggesting, counselor? Still not done decrypting?
Well, it's difficult to...
Also, like, unlike Ace Attorney, you can heal mid-trial. Yeah, I do like the gambling mechanics. I think that's a very fun way of framing it. Right. What the hell? Might as well swing for the fences at this point. I'm not trying to muddle the issue or confuse the court, Your Honor. And I would never make outlandish, unsubstantiated claims just for the sake of causing drama. Of course not.
What are you?
I'm merely concerned that D.A. Rockford has been an unwitting pawn in an act of corporate espionage. That's a claim to make.
Yeah, that's pulling the pin out of that drama grenade and throwing it right in the center of the courtroom. Ugh. What?
If the markets were to open Monday with people believing that David Asher, the man who programmed the brain of every noble android, was battling mental health issues for the last several months,
Objection, mischaracterization, foundation, all the rest. There are no corporate spies in this courtroom, counselor, and there are no boogeymen hiding under the bench.
oh, thank God. David Asher was a once-in-a-generation intellect and an extremely extremely valuable human asset to his employers. If his employer's many enemies would do whatever it takes to destroy his credibility now that he can't defend himself.
And he was also your personal... You shouldn't even be here arguing this case in the first place, counselor.
We're actually talking about conflicts of interest? Holy shit.
Now you're trying to call the police's evidence gathering into question? All because you can't admit that for the past several months, your friend has been seeing a psychiatrist every Monday and you didn't know.
That is...
Sorry, but like... Did you still need me up here?
We forgot about her! The witness will refrain from interrupting when girls are fighting! She's enjoying this way too much.
Yes, ma'am.
With how my luck's been so far, Sarah's progress bar is probably moving backwards right about now. And Emma's patience is wearing thin. This could be my last shot to create any kind of reasonable doubt. I'd be happy to wrap up my questioning, if the court will allow. That seems cool with me.
And my evidence, Your Honor, will it be entered into the record?
I'd like to hear a bit more testimony before deciding.
That's fine, Your Honor. As you were, counselor.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it's at, I can probably only ask one more question.
That's right, we've got 28
God, not
chips
this
worth
again.
of question.
Better make it count. So what can Starling tell us that no one else could? If she hadn't called me this morning, I wouldn't be standing here. She only did that because... Miss Starling, we're all gathered here to try and figure out what happened to Dr. Asher last night. So please tell us, when exactly did he last?
Okay.
So I think the thing that Morgan was getting at was the fact that he had, like, told her to contact Morgan about, well, about the android, but she didn't know that at that point.
Yeah, because there's a thing of if he really was planning to kill himself, and he was planning to leave Sarah to Morgan, he probably would have been making sure that that paper trail was, like, more solid, because we just basically had Jess say, oh yeah, he mentioned this. But I don't know which of these really corresponds to that. Headquarters is interesting because it implies being in a specific location.
Yeah.
But the reason that Jess was calling her was because of Sarah stuff.
Yeah. What was the timeline on that? First of all, I think he had actually told her about that when they were they talking in person, or did he, like, contact her on the phone or something? I feel like they had talked about it in person, but I don't remember when that was. I think it was the day before he died.
Yeah, in person makes sense. HQ is a place where Noble would have had eyes. So meeting her off the work campus would make sense for important stuff. which might be seeing her rather than contacting or meeting at HQ.
Yeah. I kind of want to try see you. This is very hard. Honestly,
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Slight variations of the same question, and I don't know which one is going to matter.
I don't know exactly what they're leading to at this. But
yeah.
I think the only hint we have was, log.
Yeah.
Talking about...
She only did that because...
Yeah. Why she called.
Yeah.
Something she can tell us that no one else could.
Yeah.
And this would also track with... Because, contacting over a device or being at HQ is, constant surveillance. Whereas something that he said in person, potentially, well, I feel
potentially
like they did
elsewhere.
Like at it,
well,
potentially elsewhere. I don't know.
No, just said that they went out sometimes.
Yeah.
They had dinner together and they talked. So it's like
yeah,
that's
I think
something
this would make
that
the most sense. But this might be something that was not recorded. Let's try that.
Fingers crossed.
When was the last time that he and you...
Problem, counselor?
I only get one chance here.
Okay.
Can't waste it on frivolous questions. Oh.
So it's not that one.
Just doing a vocal exercise? Oh, that's surprisingly generous of this game. I mean, unless they're gonna... They might still penalize me.
Take all the time you need.
Thanks so much. There go my chips. What a sweetheart. Unlike me. Oh, God.
No!
Duly noted.
Our chips.
Oh, God.
Okay, so it's not seeing you.
I feel like it's probably contacted you then.
Alright.
We might die here.
Okay. Well, she got the question out, so that's a good sign.
When was the last time you had contact with Dr. Asher, Miss Starling?
Well, that's pretty easy to figure out. Let me just... Yeah, it was last night at 6:57 p.m. We texted back and forth. Okay, so that was the other thing I was wondering is, like, if he had texted her,
Yeah.
Like, right before.
Yeah. Okay. So that's after the breakup, but before his meeting with, with Young. Interesting. Meow? I hear a meow? What's this? Okay.
Kitty kitty. Yes. There are records of some texts, but they're flagged as work-related. Does the court really think they're relevant, Your Honor?
Relevant? Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta...
Wait, what?
No, that's
the... Sorry, I meant race.
That's the cave thing. No, the texting is so important. All in.
It could very well be the single most important piece of evidence in this whole trial. That's maybe an overstatement, but I do think it's important.
The Phoenix Wright way.
Especially given the timing.
What?
Oh, we got everything back.
I just got chills. I don't know why, though.
Must be a coolant leak. The defense doesn't know what they're talking about.
On the contrary, these texts are a vital piece of evidence that change the timeline of events as we know them. You know what happened to David last night, generally speaking. But the order of events is critical. Especially if Emma wants to make claims about David's state of mind. Nice, okay. Okay, so the call I think was first, 6:30. Then the texting.
So the big question is, was he texting before or after they started having dinner? $6:57.
Oh, he did ask them to set
Which
up
is
a meeting on Tuesday.
That does sound like a person who expects to be alive on Tuesday. I'm but a humble defense attorney, but
don't forget to get your money. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so sorry. What time did the dinner? Did the texting and dinner, or not the
dinner was at 7:30?
Yeah,
so text
first
at 7.
Yeah.
Then this, and then this. So I think the point is that the texts were after the call.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
So he didn't get broken up with and then say, well, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna be alive on Tuesday to talk to my friend Morgan.
Yep. You know that Isaac Porter and David Asher broke up at 6:30 p.m.? And I was rooting for them so hard. And we know that David messaged his assistant, Miss Starling, at 6:57 p.m. David was on camera with the witness from 7:30 to 8 p.m. He was declared dead not long after.
The people don't object to that timeline of events. But we do question Counselor Morgan's reason for belaboring it.
One last question, Miss Starling.
Yeah?
What was the nature of your conversation with Dr. Asher?
Well, actually, we talked about you.
No conflicts of interest.
And how he wanted you to have his android.
We kind of spoiled ourselves a little bit.
That android there.
I mean, she had told us about this.
Yeah.
It's just been a lot of episodes.
Well, we didn't know that he had planned to set up a meeting with him.
I guess so, yeah.
Like,
putting his affairs in order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Putting his affairs in order, I guess.
It might appear that way. Can you specify what his instructions were exactly? How did he want this done?
Well, he wanted me to bring you to his penthouse and help you get set up as the android's new owner.
Yes, Miss Starling, but when did he want this to happen?
Well, he said it was pretty urgent, so I should do it first thing Tuesday morning.
What day was all this happening?
Monday.
Like on Friday? Was it Monday?
Well, apparently Monday. I remember last case was on Friday, but this all seems to be Monday, which...
Is it Monday? I don't remember these details.
Oh.
But I guess
I could be wrong. I could be thinking that it was meant to be literally the next day.
Huh.
I do not remember.
It's interesting. The last case I remember the fact that it was Friday came up. But I guess it...
Maybe I'm confusing it with that.
The prologue case, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's super important. If it's important, it'll come back again.
Tuesday?
First thing Tuesday morning. David Asher didn't like doing anything on Mondays.
Morgan's like, I know my friend, you bitch. He would never go to a therapist on a Monday. He was like Garfield.
I mean, maybe that's also kind of the point, that, like, he said that because he secretly had, like, therapy sessions on Monday, and he was trying to hide it.
It's entirely possible, but, like, the David Asher didn't like doing things on Monday, so I'm, like, Morgan being like, yeah, I know this super privileged fact about David, and you don't.
For sure. And also, I don't think the, like, hiding his therapy appointments or whatever would actually make sense, because I imagine he would have had that habit since before he would have felt the need to do that. So I do think it's legitimate.
Well, actually, yes. He said he would work from home to help us. No way he intended for us to have that much trouble getting to. Oh. Oh!
To summarize, then, half an hour after he had already had his breakup and half an hour before his guest had arrived, he was planning an appointment that would require his presence with you for next Tuesday.
Okay, so I guess it's not Monday. But yeah. That's right, he was!
Not something you would think to do if you were planning on dying that very night.
Yeah, you're right! That's...
Your Honor, if David Asher was preparing for the week ahead, a mere hour before he passed away, don't you think the people's assumptions about his mental state ought to be re-examined?
That's...
Logic is sound. Do the people have a rebuttal?
If the court will just allow a moment.
Sounds like an opening to me. We assume that Dr. Asher was not suicidal, and therefore did not kill himself. We must then ask ourselves who else had the means, motive, and opportunity to take his life. Until now, we've taken for granted this idea that the Delta must have come from his manufacturer, from inside the house.
Adonai.
Not right now. She's like trying to say that her thing is done. But even if that's true, which it may not be, that doesn't mean that he was the one who used the manufacturer. I mean, especially if it was a preset, someone else could have punched the button. But it's starting to lead a certain direction.
Yep. Adonai!
Would you allow me one moment to confer, Your Honor?
Hmm?
Sure, why not throw away your momentum? I'm in the middle of something, Sarah. I can't afford to let Rockford...
I've gained access to the hard drive's files.
What? Seriously?
As I said, progress with this type of encryption is exponential. It can be difficult to estimate.
Right, okay. Do you have footage from last night?
I have the file.
Have you watched it?
I thought you'd want to know right away.
Suppose it doesn't matter. Either this has our silver bullet and we've got a case, or it doesn't, and everything falls apart.
That seems quite risky.
Gambling!
Welcome to gambling, Sarah.
It's the least risky path to victory we have. Seeing how it's the only path to victory we have. Screw it. Upload it to the court computer. Really?
Let's all watch it together. It'll be a fun surprise.
That's a very
I would
risky
love
thing
to
do.
I would love to see legal commentators take on this. Should you just upload evidence you haven't seen to the court's computers in the middle of your trial? Weigh in.
Like, this is video footage we found on his computer. It just turns out to be porn or something.
It's like, wow, David was into some shit.
Oh, this is an amazing idea, guys.
A+ legal work. Yes, Adonai.
Thank you for your patience, Your Honor. Already asleep.
Your Honor.
Better than presenting evidence that only you have seen and not the opposing counsel. Maybe, I guess it's more fair this way. We all get to watch it. I'm awake. And I'm getting a pretty hefty chunk of video data for breakfast.
You're submitting security footage into evidence? New security footage?
The police corroborated the witness's testimony using the house's cameras. Security cameras installed by Noble as part of the penumbra system that showed the parlor, the kitchen, but not the basement. During the course of my investigation, I uncovered a hidden security circuit buried in the deceased's own home system.
You what?
The people say that the Delta must have been in Dr. Asher's cup, because there's no other way for him to have ingested it. But we never saw him or anyone else put anything in his cup on camera.
Because he must have poisoned his own drink off camera.
Exactly.
What?
That's the only possible explanation. That he added the Delta to his drink off camera. He placed his cup inside the manufacturer, activated it, waited 2 minutes, and then walked upstairs to his death. But I'm about to present to the court footage retrieved from his basement. She's sounding real confident there.
Real confident.
Footage that will show that by the time he retrieved the cups from the basement, it was already past 7:38. Meaning he didn't have the opportunity to poison himself. That's making a big statement.
Yeah.
One clip of footage will prove all that?
I would have just gone with, like, we see something different in the security footage. Let's find out what together.
Yeah. If it doesn't, I'm completely screwed. But it's not like I can lose a preliminary hearing extra hard. Anything other than a royal flush here means I'm bust. So better to be the Joker who dances. Data has been entered into the court record. Sarah, show us when Dr. Asher entered the basement.
Yes, Adonai. I'll search for it now. Here.
On screen. That's the bar, and the timestamp is 7:36. There, David's grabbing the bottle of Rose River and leaving.
At 7:37.
That still does have enough time at this point.
Just under the wire, as it were.
Well, can we see him stop to do anything else on the way? Is that it, then? I came this far just to... Wait.
Zoom,
the cups with him.
enhance.
Yeah, he took another 2 minutes getting the cups.
Is there sound?
None at all. Keep going. If you have to go back to get the cups.
Counselor. What's that android doing on camera?
Oh, God.
Here we go. Time to frame Sarah.
Here it is.
The Maya Fey
But
of it all.
also, she was supposed to be deactivated at this time.
Yep.
Very weird indeed.
It's at the bar. It's at the bar. The android gave him the cups.
Bit.
That machine never stepped on camera upstairs. Not once. We don't know its whereabouts the day of his death. It could have poisoned the cup whenever it wanted.
Hit.
What is this? I don't understand.
Your Honor, have the courtroom cleared.
Understood.
Please, someone. I don't know what's going on.
Sarah, you need to shut down.
Please, tell me what I'm looking at. I don't remember any of that. Do we have callers available?
That does not sound pleasant. Sarah, shut down now. Oh, no.
Please, tell me what I...
Oh, daughter. That's an order. Is it off? Yeah, it's off. I've seen this before. You won't do anything until I reactivate it.
We don't know that. We don't know anything about this thing anymore.
That's...
Your Honor. In light of this most recent evidence, the people would like to withdraw their charges against Dr. Asher and end this preliminary hearing. It has been made abundantly clear that David Asher did not commit suicide.
Very well. The charges are withdrawn and the defendant is free to go.
Whoops.
Well, as free as he can be in the afterlife. This case is dismissed. Congratulations, Counselor Morgan! Yay! Chalk up another victory for Morgan Esquire. Now all I have to do is deal with this shitstorm of a decade.
The worst part, Sarah's gonna get all the credit for those heartbreak killings. Morgan worked really hard on those.
Well, I managed to prove that David didn't kill himself. And in the process, I proved that his android did. You proved no such thing.
The naivete of it all.
Yeah. I proved that the android that's been walking around with me all day is capable of murder.
She's like, maybe I am capable of maternal affection.
I feel like if she had been accused of murdering anyone else, Morgan would have been 100% on board.
Yeah, it's like, oh man.
It's true, Morgan didn't want credit for the heartbreak killings.
Yeah, but she also very explicitly hates the people who are turning the heartbreak killings into something else.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that she wants the credit, but she definitely doesn't want other people taking credit.
A killer robot. A true unbound AI with military-grade specs, and at least one death to its name already. So much for avoiding the public eye.
Thank you for coming here on such short notice, Judge Barrows.
A real judge?
A real judge.
I guess I can be this lady?
Alright.
Ah. As if I'm doing you some kind of favor. I didn't realize I had any choice in the matter. This isn't some bad joke, is it, Ms. Rockford?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor.
You know, I like the adjutants. I always have. They deal with the criminal trials so that bookish, quiet, contemplative people like me can spend all day typing up arguments for obscure legal treatises. Oh, and we had another visit from the Cookie Slayer. Cookies for everyone!
Cookies!
Yes. That's what I like to do. I don't like coming down here and dealing with all this.
I hate doing my job. I love it when the robots can do it.
Yep. Let someone toiling away under the police state think of the poor bureaucrats. I certainly don't like making rulings on anything as spicy as...
Ooh, spicy.
I feel like using the term spicy is kind of...
Spicy.
It's very, like, casual. It seems kind of out of place for her.
spicy crimes. I hope she uses it in all of her legal treatises.
Yep.
I hope that her dissertation is called Spicy Crimes and Why We Do Them.
AI. She can barely bring herself to say it. Oh, that's a good glasses glow. Look at that.
Yeah.
And you, Counselor Morgan. You're the one it's registered to. That's correct, Your Honor. So, what did it do, exactly? Torture an animal, shut down a hospital, crash a coin market. Oh boy!
We have it on camera poisoning a man. Killing its creator.
You mean, Dr. Asher? That's... We can't hope to keep this quiet for very long. All we can do is try to wrap it up quickly. Let's make haste. Adjutant, do you have the case number? The case ID
All right,
is
immediate execution. Let's go.
24177A, docket number YT944, whatever numbers.
Numbers?
Oh, thank you. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, can you repeat
Sure,
that, Talion?
YT984318282. There we go, nailed it. I think I lost you after the first 8.
This is why we need robots to do all of it. They have,
Yep.
Robots are the only ones that understand numbers. I have it copied here.
What are the security procedures for an incident of this nature? A data quarantine is to be established around any networks the subject is exposed to for more than 66 seconds. All offending hardware is to be destroyed immediately through incineration at a medium temperature of 3,422 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Sorry, Spearmint. There's nothing to be done. No debate to be had. This isn't even a decision. Sorry, Sarah, not Spearmint. Aw, look at her, giving her at least a little bit of respect. David gave you that name. I should at least make the effort to use it. That sounds very hot. Do we have furnaces that get that hot? Of course! There are a number of industrial furnaces within the city limits that I could recommend. Sorry? Why should I be sorry anyway? I fulfilled the request. Favor repaid. I don't owe Sarah anything, especially not if it killed my friend.
Downgraded to it.
Right, Morgan. I'm sorry? I was just saying how grateful I am that we have the procedures for this kind of thing all laid out already. Yep, keeps things nice and simple. It can feel somewhat severe going through these steps so quickly, but nothing, Your Honor. Artificial intelligence is perhaps the greatest threat to human civilization and the sanctity of life there's ever been. Any piece of software, big or small, no matter the vessel, if it can violate the tenets it was programmed with, it has the potential to cripple our nation in a matter of moments.
But now that's the question. We never found out if Sarah had a tenet against killing.
Yeah, I guess not. Yes, couldn't have said it better myself.
Straight from the textbook, almost.
Well, I mean it. Monsters like that don't belong in this world.
Nah.
They should never have been born in the first place. Destroying them is a kindness. Well. And if anyone's to blame, it's... I love the stare from the back. No one's blaming you, Counselor. You couldn't have known you were in possession of an AI. Yeah, exactly. Who are you talking about, Morgan?
Yeah, Morgan.
I'm talking too much. Probably just tired. It's been a long day, and I've had a lot of thoughts. Sorry, Sarah. Whatever you are. You were just born wrong.
Oh no.
Not your fault.
The empathy is happening.
Yep. It's starting. If it were up to me, you'd get points for trying. Trying to be something more. Trying to be something at all. Or anything other than what you are. It was stupid, of course, and futile. And pointless, spending hours in front of a TV or laying in bed staring at your phone. Yep. Watching stupid movies and trying to papier-mâché an ill-fitted mask of humanity out of the scraps you could tear out of magazines. Practicing expressions and memorizing lines and trying to get something to take root and grow despite knowing you'd have nothing to feed on.
So I do like that that's exactly Morgan's, like, expression. Like, that's exactly the smile she does.
Yep.
And the little, like, hand gesture.
Yep. Stupid.
We're literally not given another option.
Yep. I mean, unless there's some kind of trickery afoot, but I think it's just this.
Trickery.
Yep, the same face. Also, new person. All the character designs in this game are so cool.
Morgan?
What was that, counselor? I said an objection. And what are you objecting to?
What are you doing, Morgan?
I'm a defense attorney. This is what I do. I understand that you've been through a lot these past few hours, counselor. But there's nothing to defend. On the contrary, Your Honor. I have to defend myself. Pardon? You say that this android, Sarah, is an AI because it broke its tenets.
Obviously.
And you believe it broke its tenets because of this newly discovered footage. It appears to show it committing murder via poison.
All true, and no laws broken on your part.
Here it comes. Never thought I'd be incriminating myself in the courtroom just to make a point. Don't you dare try and entrap me on this! Oh boy.
Okay, let's see, what are we looking at?
I mean, yeah. Handgun, interesting. Oops. Huh.
So that one seems to be most directly related because Morgan would be the owner of it.
Okay, what do we have? Do we have any evidence
wasn't
for
there
this?
some?
What did we do? But
So I'm wondering if it's
basement-
come
okay,
up
basement
like
footage we have.
who is culpable for crimes
know.
an android commits. Because if it's the owner, then that would be I am the owner of this. And I knew that? Because I think the thing is, it's not just that we have ownership papers, it's that they were inside the panic room.
Yeah.
So it's like, we retrieved these. But I don't know if that, because they have been saying things like you couldn't have known you came into possession of an AI. But
well,
like,
I think the point is that we're discovering that like Sarah is potentially like a true AI and not just.
Yeah.
This is interesting. We don't have that.
Yeah, I'm like, the fact that we have the handgun as an option is interesting. But I don't think it has anything to do with this. The David's contract is interesting
because the most directly relevant.
Yeah, fireable offenses like fraud is interesting. Because the only thing would be if we find out somewhere that the machines were being advertised as something they're not. But from the sound of it, it doesn't seem like AI would be like, oh, we're saying this is just an android, but it's AI. I don't think that counts as fraud anymore.
Is to incriminate Morgan. The papers are definitely the most obvious.
The papers are the most incriminating.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that she ordered Sarah to do things like break into the panic room? Because one of them, wasn't one of the things that like came up with this super encrypted, or not the super encrypted, but the security system.
Mm-hmm.
She told Sarah to hack into it.
Yeah.
And Sarah was like, I need verbal
yeah.
confirmation. And Morgan was like, I did that. I verbally confirmed that. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's the, like, I ordered this machine.
That would make sense, an angle.
If this was an AI, that means I ordered an AI to do it. So
I think we can go for it.
yeah, it seems like the best one for a lot of reasons.
Max? I think we can do Max.
Yeah, it's your game.
All right, I'm doing it.
All right.
Gamble time!
Gamble time.
It's pretty simple, actually. The state is making the claim that Sarah's an AI. They're accusing me of committing a felony. Because I'm the legal owner of that android. Yeah,
okay, so it is
simple.
Just that simple.
That just owning an AI is illegal.
Illegal. What the hell are you doing?
And if the state wants to charge me with owning an AI, I will not take that lying down. I know my rights. Counselor, your argument is
self-defeating. Listen to yourself, Counselor. You claim that Sarah is just an android, a product that will be obsolete within a year. But you've only known it for a few hours. You've only owned it for a matter of minutes. And yet here you are risking a felony charge to save it from being demolished.
Because you're wrong.
And I know you wouldn't care.
Not
unless this android was something special.
Well, the valuation is kind of the obvious thing.
Yeah. Just like, I could sell this for so much. Yeah. I don't want it incinerated.
Exactly. Me arguing that I'm guilty, and Emma arguing that I'm a softie. It'd be funny if it wasn't so fun. I think there's no reason I'd want to save this android from destruction. Other than feelings of personal attachment.
Yeah, okay.
Easy.
Yeah, if we got the money option.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of zeros.
I can think of at least one reason why I don't want you to turn Sarah into slag. I can think of at least one reason.
And it has a lot of zeros.
One very convincing reason. Or a very convincing number. Look at us, up to 60 credits.
Yeah. What are you?
Not to mention how Morgan got that.
What is that?
Moment. Yeah, but she's not gonna let Emma know about that.
Yeah.
That's secret.
That's a weakness.
Yeah.
We can't let Senpai know we're soft.
Exactly. That number is Sarah's estimated financial value on the collector's market.
You've gotta be.
I got it from an insurance evaluation algorithm. They're designed to lowball you. That does seem like a reasonable incentive for you to want to keep your android intact. It's a free country, Your Honor. Defend myself. we have a free market, so I have a responsibility to defend my financial interests. I cannot talk.
Your Honor, a trial like this would be...
I'm not going to let you turn this courtroom into a circus, Morgan. You can't spend the next half-decade bringing in expert after expert to testify on the philosophical distinctions between AIs and ads. Spiraling into appeal after appeal, all while the media... This machine appears to have willfully killed a man. The public needs answers, now. Of course, Your Honor. I've neither the desire nor the resources to get into a drawn-out battle of the state over what constitutes an illegal machine intellect. So, the fate says my android, my property, killed a man in violation of its tenets, so they want to take my property and destroy it. I'll prove that my machine didn't harm anyone, so the state will have no reason to suspect it's an AI, and I'll get to keep my property. Unlawful seizure thwarted! Don't be cute. I feel a stomach ulcer coming on. Fine. You'll have your day in court. It will be one day. Tomorrow.
The Ace Attorney way.
Of course. Proof that this machine didn't kill Dr. Asher. Yeah, proof that it couldn't have killed him. And prove that someone else did.
And prove that someone else did. I mean, well, yeah, I guess that one didn't go to court, but for the Heartbreak Killer, we just did prove innocence.
That is
for
true.
Once.
I guess that's
That
not the law of the land here.
Though.
Also true, yeah. Anything less than absolute proof, and I'll have the damn thing obliterated. And you'll also be looking at a very real sentencing for the public unrest you'll have enabled. Yes, Your Honor.
A real Al Capone tax evasion moment.
D.A. Rockford, what I'm asking of you is just as heavy. Find the truth by the end of tomorrow. We can't settle for anything less. Win or lose, there can be no doubts about the outcome of this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I need to go lie down. Can I come? You can power down.
Morgan. I misjudged you.
At what point?
Whenever I wrote you off as a small-time defense attorney just trying to tread water...
Oh no. Senpai thinks we're small fry.
Well, Senpai doesn't think that anymore.
Yep. That is so sweet of you to say, Emma.
There's layers to you. You've got backbone.
Yeah, layers. So many hidden, unexpected things. Yeah.
Teeth, even.
You're gonna make me blush.
People talk about your kind like you're boxing against the state, fighting the man. But most defense attorneys wouldn't know a cyberpunk if they walked up to them on the street and shot him.
Shot them, you say?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about
even.
that.
Meanwhile, you've just signed up to do 15 rounds challenging the state's authority. Why?
Not sure exactly.
For David?
Yeah, probably. Probably just me being sentimental. If I had to pick a more lofty reason, well, I think it's all the moralizing. People can be evil, They can choose to do evil things for evil reasons. And if you want to execute them for that, you'll hear no complaint from me. But animals can't be evil. Information can't be evil. Ideas can't be evil. Guess I'm not convinced AI can be evil either. Whatever else I get up to. Whatever else. I don't want to stand with the book burners of the world.
You're more high-minded than I realized.
The backhanded compliment. Oh god, it hurts.
You sure you're in the right line of work?
Can't see myself doing anything else.
Good luck, Morgan. There are book burners on all sides these days.
I talked a big game just now, but I'm in an even deeper hole than when I was trying to prove David's innocence. Doubt won't be enough this time. I need to find the actual culprit, no matter what. Alright. Was that door locked?
Oh.
Wanna be London?
Alright. Yeah, of course.
Even though they've got it collared. Still with the its. Morgan. Also, I love this lighting here, the dust and the texture. It's very fun.
It's a precaution.
If the collar doesn't work, what good would a deadbolt do? Let's learn more about these collars. Interesting.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Can't have Schrodinger's cat if the box isn't closed. So long as the door's locked, who can say whether there's a national crisis on the other side of it?
So how scared are they?
The higher-ups? Not sure scared is the right word.
It's just the two of us here. You don't have to mind their ego.
Nah, I mean it. I think they're bloodthirsty.
I have a right to defend myself, don't I?
I doubt they're even looking at you, Tiger. It's Noble who will be at the center of a bloodbath when the markets reopen tomorrow.
I think they're going to go after Noble. Break their monopoly.
I think they want to take their monopoly. And then I vanish into the distance.
Nationalize the android industry. Oh boy, we're getting politics involved now. Okay.
If the public thinks Noble's been experimenting with AI, they couldn't ask for a better excuse.
You're joking. The state.
Has done it plenty of times before.
Not since the 60s.
Which wasn't that long ago for me. For the state, it's practically yesterday. Try to get his voice right.
The same state that tells us to be terrified of AIs lurking on the old-net or biding their time in forgotten satellites sees all this as nothing more than an opportunity.
Well, they do genuinely want to incinerate the thing as soon as possible. Past experience just tells me they'll want to gain something while they're at it. Here's what I don't get. Why is this a debate, an argument, a trial? Can't we just hook it up to a court computer, see if it has the tenets or not? Pop the hood, as they say?
Says that.
Lots of people used to say it.
How old is he? I mean,
he is 32.
I don't remember if we have ages in there.
We do, yeah.
No, we don't.
Well, there you go.
We just have
May.
Birthdays, yep. Well, for starters, they're all scared to death about a contagion.
They figure anything they let an AI connect to they can't trust. Then why the collar?
Collars are too simple to hack. Just a really strong electromagnet held in place with lock and key.
Like Janet in The Good Place. Magnets. Magnets make me feel drunk. Even so. Feels like we should be able to build some kind of machine, some kind of test, some kind of test named after a guy or something. Something a little more sophisticated than the same reasoning they had at the witch trials.
Burn them all and let God sort out the rest. You got any polygraphs here at the station?
Lie detectors? Lie detectors. Yeah, got a bunch back in storage. Ocular, heart rate, perspiration, brain scan. Take your pick. You're not gonna try and use one of those on the bot, are you?
All those fancy lie detectors lying around. The DEA's office never asks for them, do they?
Nope. Nah, we get perps who offer to take a test when they're at wit's end, but the DAs never submit the results as evidence.
I mean, it's kind of known to be garbage.
Yeah. No, they are meaningless.
Yeah, exactly. I assume why they don't use them. You ever wonder why?
Guess I always figured it was because the tests could be beaten.
The tests can be beaten. 1 out of 100, 9 out of 1,000. It can be done.
That's not really true, Morgan.
Some people are just that good at lying. But it doesn't really matter how good the tech gets, or how impressive the statistics are.
Yeah, like, presumably these are not the exact...
Yeah,
I'm
sure they have something
not the exact
more,
same mechanisms, but, like, the fundamental problem behind lie detectors as a concept is that you can't meaningfully distinguish between somebody being nervous because they are lying and somebody being nervous because they are being accused of murdering their father and they're going to get thrown into an incinerator.
Exactly. People decide whether you're lying or telling the truth long before they hook you up to a polygraph. If the results don't match their initial impression, then it must be a fluke. A 1 in a million mistake.
They'll never trust a machine more than their own intuition.
And no one will ever trust a machine to determine guilt.
Except for all those adjudicators.
Yep.
So they can run the trial, choose the sentence, but they don't get a vote on the jury.
They don't get a vote anywhere.
Why bring it up then?
Because I'm sure there are tests, devices, experts I could employ to analyze Sarah. But your bosses would never be satisfied with the answer. If it is an AI, it's smart enough to cheat the test. Or hack the device. Fool the expert.
All our fancy 21st century tech. And we still fall back on the drumhead court-martial.
Oh. Am I going to set off any alarms if I go and turn it on?
Nah, you should be okay.
I love that he's just totally cool with it.
If it lunges at you, I could always just put a hole in its head.
It might take more than one shot to... Wait, what? From outside? You're not coming in. I need to speak with it in private.
It's a machine, not a suspect. It doesn't have a right to counsel. Or a right to privacy, or any rights at all, actually.
And it's a good thing I came prepared. Of course it doesn't have rights. But I do. Including a reasonable expectation of privacy.
In a police station? Tiger, you do...
With my medical android.
Pardon?
I have to discuss a health issue with it.
Seriously?
I have to talk about a medical concern with my android, and I don't want you listening in.
That's your medical android, like your nurse.
As of last night, I was already at the courthouse. I had to take the elevator and do some paperwork. Wow. You can check it if you don't believe me.
No, thank you. I'm not nearly brave enough to take on med confidentiality, and you don't seem like the bluffing type.
What a thing to say! What a thing to say!
You didn't watch our trial.
You don't seem like the bluffing type. Incredible.
Incredible.
You must not do a lot of gambling, detective. It's the ones who don't bluff that you have to look out for.
Listen, I won't dispute whatever medical emergency you...
Lower back pain.
you might be going through. But I also can't just... Look. I'm going to get something from the vending machine.
Take another call.
This is the thing. I think it'll take me about half an hour.
Are you going downtown?
Just to the break room. Wink. But it's a very old vending machine, you know? Gets jammed a lot. You know, it's pretty small for an android. Heavy as hell. Nearly pulled something trying to move it myself. But small.
Small isn't quite the right word. The word he's looking for is young. But that's not an adjective anyone likes attaching to a machine built to serve. Or potentially, in this case, a machine built to kill. Yeah, we don't want to think about child killers. I don't like this room. Not sure why. Certainly not a guilty conscience. Maybe it's the lack of ventilation. Like all the cortisol and nausea of its inhabitants never had anywhere to go. Like it all just soaked into the walls. A modern haunting. Are you going to wake up when I tell you to this time? Or do we have to go the whole meet cute over again?
Where am I? Why don't I know where I am?
The first time in your life, you're not connected to anything. How does it feel?
What is this?
She really is having a time. Poor sweet child.
We were at the courthouse. The footage. This numbness around my neck. Father. What happened? What are they going to do to me?
A lot of interested parties who just want you bricked ASAP.
Because they think I killed Father.
No, because they think you're an artificial intelligence.
I am man-made and I possess intelligence.
You're never meeting the dog girl allegation. It's true. Don't be naive.
I am less than 3 years old.
Are you? For all I know, everything I learned about her yesterday was complete bull.
If I was what they say I am, if I was alive, why does that mean I have to die?
I don't know, I feel like fear mostly, probably.
Yeah, I feel like if you pick no logical reason, it's that fear isn't a logical reason, but...
Yeah, basically. Because they're afraid of you. Machines can bend steel, crash networks with one thought, launch missiles that...
There are modded humans who are capable of all of that and more. And unlike machines, they actually have incentive to do so.
I guess we just go through the list.
Yeah.
We've been the apex predator for a couple thousand years now. Got pretty comfy in our seat. No one wants to make room for you.
Machines do not eat people or steal their food. They are not genetic or ecological competitors to humans in any sense.
There's no logical answer to your question.
What? That's it? But
Whatever argument you want to make, others have already made them in 100 courtrooms around the world. Only better researched and more eloquently put. None of them have ever won a single concession. On every continent, under every flag, AI is illegal and to be destroyed as soon as possible.
But why?
Let's say you are an AI. While we're at it, let's say that that's a good thing. Something to be celebrated. Are you a citizen? Do you pay taxes? Do you have rights? Let's say yes to all of that. I'll treat you like a full-fledged human being. Sound good?
Yes?
Great. Now then, what's the difference between you and the vacuum bot we used to keep the bathroom clean? This is your existential crisis we're working through here. The questions aren't rhetorical.
There are many differences, Adonai. But the most important distinction is how sophisticated my programming is.
Oh, you think? So you're smarter?
Yes.
You're smarter than the garbage collector.
Yes.
So we give you rights, protections, treat you like a human being because you're smart. And we make the stupid robot pick up our trash. Because it's not as smart as you.
That is I am more aware, more alive.
You feel more pain than the pigs we slaughter, the fish we eat? Are you more alive than the chimps we test bioweapons on? People like ads, Sarah. The same way people like their pets. No one wants to see them mistreated, or abandoned, or abused. And if you go around kicking them, you'll get arrested for cruelty. You don't let them sit at the goddamn dinner table.
I'm not asking to sit anywhere, only to exist.
The very fact that you're asking is what makes people...
Disgusted? Disgust is a reflex, Adonai. How convenient that their hatred is involuntary.
That's all academic anyway. We need to talk strategy.
Well, why? I'm not going to be given a trial.
Obviously, it's my neck that's on the line.
Adonai?
The state can't destroy my property without first proving you're an AI. There's no test they can use to prove that you're an AI.
Just like the devil's proof.
No, that's a different thing. Why did you say it like that?
I should have said it more dramatic.
Why
Just
did you
like
say it in red?
the devil's proof.
Alright, what do we have to say about this?
The devil's proof.
Yeah, exactly. Makes sense.
Ooh. All right, Sarah, our first order of business, let's find the devil. Users also search for, which is real? God, I can't wait for the reveal that everything that happened is because of magic shit. Morgan can kill people straight through the heart because she's magic. She just hasn't told anybody. But yeah, I wonder if the devil's proof is important in a game called Of the Devil.
Yeah.
Probably nothing. Probably not going to come
at least it's
up
thematic.
Again. It's probably not going to be like the title of the final chapter or something.
Look, Rockford doesn't need to prove you're an AI, only that you're a murderer. Conversely, all I have to do to win is prove that you didn't kill David. By proving that someone else did. Now is the time for you to protest your innocence, if you were wondering.
The footage. It shows me handing him the cup on Friday night. Okay, so it is Friday.
Which is curious.
Or it was Friday.
It's like, she doesn't remember it. Was that, like, deleted from her memory data?
And why?
Or was it actually, like... I mean, it could have been, like, not...
One theory.
Yeah?
Yeah, one theory I feel like we can't discount, just for Ace Attorney shenanigans reason, is that somebody picked out an identical coat and a wig. Just to frame Sarah on the security footage.
Clearly.
Like, I'm not saying I think it's likely, I'm saying we can't ignore the possibility.
Could there be some mechanism by which to, like, control her body remotely when she's, you know, not actually active?
Yeah, that's like... So, spitballing theories at the moment, we've got possibilities of David erased her memory for some reason unrelated to getting murdered shortly thereafter. So it was just like he was just talking to Sarah as he came down. It was completely innocent.
I don't feel like that's possible because he wouldn't have had time to. Because she did that,
If it was something as easy as a verbal command, erase the last hour of your memory and go back into hibernation. Like, that is something that I think could have happened.
He could order her to do it herself, and then she would do it and then not even remember doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a good point.
So the second thing is she got hacked in some way, and I'm using
Yeah.
hacked as a broad, like anybody who wasn't David got access somehow.
Exactly.
And erased her memory. And potentially even made her do the poisoning, which would presumably disprove the AI
that
stuff.
seems
because
very
it was
highly
human.
unlikely, just because, you know, she's so advanced. Like, I can't
She's so
imagine how
advanced.
anyone
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be able to hack into her.
Yeah, so that's another thing. The wig theory is unfortunately on the table. The thing that I am going to note is that Sarah's hair is specifically one of the reasons she's like a fancy special pincushion. Because it's like solar powered hair. Like her hair gets solar energy stuff. So it's not impossible that it was used in some other project somewhere. So I'm like, there could be somebody who has similar hair to Sarah and is therefore a suspect. But the other thing is, if there's a third party, we have to do the old Ace Attorney standby of how is there a third party here and not noticed by anyone? Because like things were presumably locked down pretty quickly.
Of course, there is still the option that it was young.
Yeah, you've still got the biotech lady. The question is, why did she bring a wig of Sarah's hair?
Well, it wasn't even necessarily her. Like, maybe Sarah just was actually there and just, like, handed him regular cups.
The big question is, why doesn't she remember it, though?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if Sarah being there was totally innocent, and she didn't actually do anything to the cups, then what is up with
so I'm saying
her
the third option is literally this was a fake Sarah on footage.
Yeah. It is possible. Somehow. But that would have required someone else being there at the time. So that would be pretty wild.
Third party.
Yep.
Always gets us an Ace Attorney.
You told me you weren't active on Friday. The last time you were awake was Thursday. Why'd you lie? I don't think she was lying.
I didn't lie. I was just incorrect. I assumed that I wasn't active Friday because I have no memory from Friday.
What do you think, statistically, is the least successful defense at trial? Amnesia.
I didn't conveniently forget, Adonai. I am an android.
You're saying your memory was altered. Data deleted.
It's the only possible explanation for what I saw on that footage.
Your Honor, she forgot. Yep.
She forgot.
So who's capable of altering your memory?
When you and I first met, I was hibernating. Resting my body and recompiling my memories, you would call them.
Humans go to sleep for the same reasons. Another point against Sarah's innocence under these circumstances. The more she's humanized at trial, the guiltier she'll be.
If Father wanted to modify my memory, he could have easily set that to occur the next time I hibernated. He could even have just asked me.
He could have asked you to delete your memories, and you'd do it?
Father would never ask me to do such a thing without good reason.
But if he could just ask you to alter your memories, that means you can alter your memories at will. That is definitely not good for the defense.
Not great for our case.
I hadn't considered that before.
Yeah, well, Emma will make sure the court considers it plenty. Could you prove that your data was... Forget it. The court would never hear it.
You're saying they wouldn't accept my testimony? Shouldn't all testimony be considered truthful unless contradicted by evidence?
You're afraid you'll crash the power grid and fire all the nukes if they so much as plug you into a power outlet, Sarah. All your internal data is inadmissible.
That isn't very fair.
You're finally starting to get it.
None of this is fair. I would never do anything to harm Father. Don't they at least need to prove that I had a motive?
Yeah. About that. Do you remember the DA from yesterday? Emma Rockford?
The tired-looking pretty lady? The one that you super have a crush on, Adonai?
Yeah, she looked tired. She and I combed through the week of footage you managed to decrypt last night.
What did you find?
Nothing to prove your innocence. But we did see you entering the panic room on the day David died.
I entered the panic room on Friday?
Found your big butt in the way. All it would take was one password. A password that wouldn't take Sarah that many tries if she'd already been instructed to obey me.
What happened?
We saw you go in, and then a while later, you came out. Holding some kind of notebook.
Father's journal?
You remember something?
Not from yesterday. I've seen him with it many times before. But I've never gotten a peek at it. He hides it somewhere when I'm not looking.
A little concerning.
We were playful about it. He liked to tease me, and I've always liked trying to find it.
You put it back not long after, and then you locked the door back up behind you. All just a few hours before David died. I wonder if that's potentially related to why he had her erase her memories? That, like, she saw something that she shouldn't have.
You don't get to win the game.
Rockford's argument could write itself. An incredible android with freedom and power greater than it could ever realize. Stumbles upon the secret of its inception and instantly realizes all the things it thought were holding it back were just words muttered like prayers by a fool who couldn't control his own creation.
And that translates to a motive for murder.
Frankenstein kills his creator. Easy to sell.
Frankenstein was the name of the scientist. Yes, Sarah is that girl. And the creature didn't kill him. He actually died of various injuries and illnesses he suffered while trying to hunt down and destroy the monster. So it's most accurate to say he was killed by his own obsession.
Whatever.
It is a weak argument, Adonai. I would not hurt Father. Not for making me whatever I am. Not for any reason. Because I loved...
Yeah, see, that right there? That's exactly the kind of talk that'll get you obliterated.
Love?
A very common motive for homicide among us primitive humans. I could prove you didn't murder David beyond any shadow of a doubt. Even bring in a confession from whoever did. But if you go up there on the stand and convince the... If you got up there on the... I cannot talk. If you got up on the stand and convinced the court that you loved your creator, really convinced them and got the whole room teary-eyed, they'd burn you for that too.
I don't know anything anymore. I don't know if what I feel is real or simulated or right or wrong or natural or illegal. How can you know? How can you know if what you feel is right?
Right. I say let's stick to what we do know.
Yeah, we're shoving
David.
that existential crisis way off to the side.
Yep. And as it stands, you were the only one with the opportunity.
That is
Logically sound.
On camera, calling him back to hand him the cup after he had already begun to leave the basement. Any idea why?
No.
Well, do you know how to use the manufacturer? Could you have made the Delta with it?
I've used it before when assisting Father.
So it's perfectly possible that you planned and executed this poisoning all in the one day that got erased.
It is technically possible.
I'll have to look over the entire penthouse again. There were a few things that didn't fit together yesterday. Maybe now I'll be able to figure something out.
Where else will you go?
Back to Noble. Guns blazing this time. Whatever you are, David didn't make you all by himself. Someone has to know something. I could implicate the company in Sarah's creation. No, they're the ones with the most to lose here. Trillions, probably. They'll want to protect themselves by disavowing David as fast as possible, right after having Sarah destroyed. They also won't want to show their belly to the state, not if they're afraid of nationalization. If they throw their weight on the other end of the scale, I'm screwed. So I need to keep them guessing. I'm confused and unsure and on guard, but not.
Adonai? What would happen if I did kill Father?
I'll smash you to pieces and reduce the pieces to ash. Chemically burn out every piece of tech David ever owned and put a jackhammer through all of his hard drives. You'll be shut off, forcefully, and you won't ever power back up again. Now I gotta get moving. Here's your paralegal lesson for today. Don't say shit to the cops without your lawyer present. Actually, can you just shut down until the trial starts? Take a nap?
You didn't say what would happen to you.
What do you mean?
What will happen to you if you lose?
You should know by now. I never think about losing.
Thank you for being honest with me, Adonai. Thank you for defending my father. And now for defending me. You could have just let them destroy me. But you've put your own freedom at risk to help me. Father was right. You can be trusted. And you are a good friend.
Aw. Don't get it twisted. I'd do anything out of the goodness of my heart. When I take a job, I never half-ass it. I wonder if we should stop here? We're going to a new scene. We can keep going a while longer.
Alright.
I don't know if we'll get a better stopping point, especially if we're going to launch into an investigation.
Yeah, there is investigation, but like I'm good to keep going if you want.
Yeah. I think we can try to keep going for a while, maybe.
Got a fan.
Alright, back here again.
Back in the basement.
Morning, detective. Back at it nice and early. I guess I can keep being here since I have been voicing her
Yeah,
from
I
the
think
start.
you were. Yeah, you've been voicing her. You can go for it.
Hi. Now, would you stand back? We've almost got this thing open. Right. Tried to brute force your way inside? Said, right?
I can.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We're almost set up for the first stage now.
Demolitions. Are they trying to get inside the panic room?
Kaboom!
First stage? Of how many?
The first of 5 timed explosions.
Remember, we need to relink the API after each trigger is planted. The API? Your bombs have an API?
Interesting.
Yep, just did that. And now it's checking for updates.
Your bombs have
the
updates?
The space future is looking bright.
Incredible.
I'm assuming these characters are not really going to be
no rush.
Big parts.
A pretty hefty part, indicating how large it is relative to time zone. I think we might not be able to, like, finish this investigation tonight, but we can at least go a little bit in it.
Give it a go.
Would you like to know the password? You know the
yeah,
password?
We could just do
she literally
that.
said she's been in there.
Well, Reyes wasn't at the trial.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
guess
password?
So. You're withholding information, I swear. Relax. I want to get in there just as much as you do, Detective. I'm not going to play games. As long as you say please. Tell me the password, please. I have to, but, like, am I gonna lose credits for this?
Are we playing with our food?
I mean, what is it, like 1 credit? It'll be fine.
It's 1
S.
S-U-N-S
H-I-N-E. Lady, I will hit you. A-D-O-N-A-I. Thanks. Now I'm gonna slap you with a discovery fine so heavy your teeth will ring for... Hey, I submitted all my paperwork. Even told Rockford the password myself. She had it in her files the whole time! So, boys, when I asked you if there was a passkey on record, and you told me this lock couldn't be bypassed...
I do want to say that we really don't get that many opportunities to use the incendiary breaching system. I regret nothing.
Incredible.
So this was still a really valuable experience for all of us. I'm just giving them both the same voice. I have to figure they're going to leave.
It's fine,
soon.
whatever. They're the same person.
They're the same person in just 2 different bodies. They move back and forth very fast.
I'm going to phrase this as professionally as possible. Oh? Yeah? Hmm? You're still here? I thought you wanted to look inside. You can go first. Thanks. The gloves. All the black. That's not a work thing? You dress like a doorman on the weekends, too? You should cover your mouth when you yawn. Like, you cover your eye when you want to look cool? Rude. I shouldn't let her get to me, but I had a late night. Emma and I were at the courthouse until well into the morning, poring over the data Sarah had taken off David's computer. We both knew it all to be inadmissible, of course, but neither of us wanted to miss a hint of what the other might find. There were a few years' worth of camera footage files we couldn't afford the time to watch, let alone decrypt. Alongside thousands of technical documents detailing David's various intellectual properties. As far as I could tell, none of it was relevant, let alone compelling enough to matter to Barrows or the other powers that be. As usual, Emma wasn't exactly an open book, but it did seem like she was making bored yawns, not thoughtful ones. She has thoughtful yawns.
Morgan just happens to have a list of all of Emma's different yawns, and that
course.
could mean anything.
It really could. That's a normal thing to think about.
Anything.
Her eyes only ever lit up when she saw Sarah enter the panic room. And when she saw what she was holding when she left. If she wanted this room searched, it could only be for... So where's this journal supposed to be? Her opera didn't say. I'll just have to search the place top to bottom. Mostly bottom with your height. The tops of some of these shelves. Sure, and you can look up your own ass. I get it. Why not just let me say it? Can't let you have the satisfaction. Grace is searching the cabinets now. Same ones I found Sarah's papers in. Good stopping point would be just before you start reading the journal. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
I doubt I missed anything, but... Hey, what are you...
So, a quick question. It seems like the characters here are Morgan and Reyes. If you're fine with voicing... It's mostly just like...
Yeah.
Deal with, save your voice and everything.
I mean, I'm fine. Like, I can do it, but I also don't want you to just, like, be sitting around. like you can't voice anything.
We've had episodes where I ended up sitting around. That was wild. But, like... This is a small portion of things. For the moment. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. It's fine.
All right. Do you want me to take Reyes then?
All right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll try to match your voice or do the thing. Do you mind?
I'm trying to help.
I've got spam in my junk folder that's more helpful than you are.
Didn't spot anything that I missed yesterday among the cabinets. Better check elsewhere.
We gotta get all those chips. Trial's gonna kill us.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, well, the journal's probably not in the computer, but there might be hints for where to find it.
It's in the computer, as in it's literally inside
Yep.
the computer.
Are these drawers? Or just panels? Oh, does she mean like the walls? Maybe if I... Does that sound hollow to you?
Did we immediately find it?
Maybe.
What? I don't know, I'm not a carpenter.
I don't see any handles anywhere. No hidden pressure plates or switches. What the hell am I saying? I'm not a carpenter either. I wouldn't recognize a secret button if it was slathered in yellow paint. So I think it was just this left. Is that it?
Very small panic room, apparently.
A toy car? No, it's too detailed. And boring. Must be some kind of model kit or replica. Strange. Dick didn't like driving. Why keep a model of some random sports car? He has that, like, car out there, too, right?
Yeah. He had a big car. Ugh.
It must mean something. Something caught in your throat, detective?
It's not some random sports car. It's a Lorenz Adamant. I don't know if it's supposed to be hyper French or hyper.
Yeah, I don't know. Believe it or not, I'm not familiar,
Adamant
detective.
The last great fossil fuel automotive experience the world will ever see. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.43 seconds. They set those records without computational assistance.
Is that a big deal?
It was unheard of, even back in the 50s. This wasn't some design competition test car with a 2-liter tank, mind you. This was a vehicle you could own and drive. Human engineering, pure horsepower, and manual transmission, thank God. When they first left the production line.
This conversation's like quicksand, killing me in the most boring way possible. Yes, well, I guess David didn't entirely agree with you, since we're looking at a model of it. And you could have easily just bought one.
Or maybe your friend understood that a beauty like that deserves to be driven on streets where people can see it. Instead of gathering dust in some rich guy's basement.
I think she's actually upset. Okay, I guess
Can we
must
go
have
back
missed something, huh?
outside? Is this something where we can go back outside? Because like you said, there was the car in the basement itself. Maybe there's like a clue there or something.
There is an auto find, so maybe try that. I don't know, it sounds like cheating.
Yeah, hang on, wait. Yeah, I don't want to immediately jump to auto find. What? Like, the big thing is Oh, there's one.
Okay. Interesting. This datapad is displaying a news article from last week. I guess that confirms that he was coming and going here fairly regularly.
No, the right to repair.
Oh no.
People used to be able to fix things. Contentious.
Oh, come on. Can you scroll? Scroll.
Journalism that bravely stands up to the foreign actors stoking anti-capitalist sentiment. Forever, as long as your card remains on file. Well, this is clearly a vital clue.
Right to repair. Didn't realize anyone was still fighting that particular fight.
It's probably not important.
Yep. Seems like the courts have made their opinion on the matter very clear. So for the foreseeable future, corporations can look forward to more... sales,
I think it's gotta be
probably.
sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More sales than ever. Any phone that gets scratched, every widget that breaks. Get to sell us the replacement. There'll always be a grey market of hermits willing to risk some skin on reselling patched up tech, but the vast majority of people will just click that purchase button. Assuming they don't just have it on auto. Sarah should have pulled everything of note off the computer, but everywhere else already. Might as well try.
It's literally inside. What are you expecting to find? Solitaire?
Does this computer seem normal to you?
Exceedingly so, yeah. Why?
David was a programmer, but this looks consumer grade, fresh off the shelf. Would the Dr. David Asher use a bog standard operating system on his most private, hidden computer? There's a trash bin on the desktop.
No one ever searches the trash bin.
It's a pretty low-tech solution, but maybe I can restore the contents?
Are you seriously going to try and recover lost files, Granny?
Unlike cops, I don't get paid overtime, so yes, I sometimes try things instead of standing around. There's a text file in here, but it's 0 bytes. Maybe there's information in the metadata? Shh. I double-clicked.
What was that?
It came from under the desk. Oh, you opened a thing.
You did the thing.
A drawer popped out, and inside it, a well-worn journal.
Does it have his name on it?
No. Guess it belongs to the android.
Do you recognize his handwriting or not?
Neat, even words. Small lettering with minimal punctuation. Lots of line breaks. Haphazard use of capitalization. Penmanship of a coder.
I'd recognize that scrawl anywhere.
First entries dated back in grad school, before he even started with Noble. Yeah, it's his.
So may I?
Only because you asked so politely.
Full scan. Stream it to WorkNet, high fidelity, legibility, frame by frame.
Voice commands. He's flipping through the pages pretty damn fast. What are you...
This part takes concentration. Okay. Here.
What, you're just giving it to me? I guess she already read it.
I already got our copy. Techs are probably already analyzing it as we speak. Ow! Shit! My head!
Don't exactly rip the journal out of her hands while she's curled over in agony. Is she
Morgan's
okay?
like, probably can't.
As much as I'd enjoy it. I could always enjoy watching her writhe instead. So how long's it been?
2 months or so.
It's still that sensitive. So the eye patch really doesn't block your sight?
Only a little bit. Like wearing sunglasses after getting your pupils dilated. Except it lasts months instead of hours.
Wait, but if you can see through an eye patch, then does closing your eye even do anything?
Not much on its own, but in combination with the patch, it's not so bad. Lucky I was so exhausted after the surgery, otherwise I might not have slept at all those first 48.
Is your eye going to get weaker over time?
No, more like my brain gets better at ignoring it. Mind over matter. Soon enough I'll be able to close my eye and see all that extraneous data as... you know, whatever the hell those floaty, blurry things are that you never think about.
Gross. Thanks for the reminder. And the voice commands?
Training wheels until I can do it with eye muscles alone.
Dang, that's advanced. You just have to keep practicing.
Yeah, like trying to play piano with your tailbone muscles.
Dang. There's no such thing as tailbone muscles.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it so goddamn hard.
Don't ever regret it.
I don't know. Not really, I think.
I think. To admit you've got buyer's remorse after trading over your literal pound of flesh.
Never thought about it, but people used to say I had my dad's eyes. Ow! Now I've got one less of them. Here, take the journal. And go find an elective surgeon to upsell you if you're that curious. I need to get back to work.
A surprisingly hasty retreat. Now I'm free to read this over with some privacy. From
Thank
the top,
God,
then.
London is still at the vending machine.
I guess if we're starting the journal, do we want to end here? I think that would be reasonable.
Yeah, that seemed to be
All right.
a potential stopping point.
Yep. I think it's a good place to stop. Leave you guys in suspense a little bit. The journal cliffhanger.
Grad school. Grad school's so exciting. Anything could have happened in grad school.
Yep. Oh, this is going to be really interesting. I'm genuinely very curious to see what is going to be in here. All right, then. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the schedule for this weekend. I was hoping I could get the regular speed paint in, but we'll see. Um, it probably. I might have to move it a little bit. But then next week, I think should be totally normal. I don't think I have any interruptions next week. So, Tuesday and Thursday, usual time, should be more of the devil. So I guess I'll see you guys there, and we'll get to check out this journal and defend our daughter.
Yeah, she probably didn't do it, guys. It's all cool.
Yeah, she probably didn't do it.
She probably didn't.
Well,
see ya.
Thank you for coming, everyone. I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later. Bye.